sorry, everyone wearing headphones, that I just ruined your lives. We won a game. Oh, the relief. Yeah. Oh, the relief. The relief. Oh, I was not expecting anything. I was not expecting anything from this. I really wasn't. I have to be honest. Like I wasn't expecting what we have just witnessed. Fair play. Fair play the lads. Fair play the youngsters. Fair play Arteta for picking them. Lost the dressing room. Please, lost the dressing room. After that performance, are you telling me this man has lost the dressing room? Beautiful. Oh, and welcome to the Gooner Talk, back again with you guys for another show, for another episode of our Raw Reaction series, show in which we react to the latest Arsenal news and matches, which includes Arsenal's 3-1 win over Chelsea. Oh, it just, every time we play Chelsea, there's just something in the air. Something in the air. I'll just type it out, the new title, because the title for this show was just very simple to write. Lost the dressing room, ? Please. Come on, do me a favour. This guy losing the dressing room. There has not been a performance where the young kids have not gone out there and really showed what they're about. It has been so painful as an Arsenal fan. So painful as someone to deal with this. We have, I feel worthy. I feel worthy of this result, of surviving, as I'm sure you do too, of dealing with the pain that we have felt throughout these games. Thank you, Aya, for the donation. Says, our biggest issue is we take too long to dispossess our opponents, and the stats show that. We let the opposition hold and go, what are you talking about, negativity? I don't care for your donation if you're going to throw negativity into the chat. I don't want any negativity in the chat whatsoever. So we just beaten Chelsea 3-1. Absolutely fantastic. I don't want to see any negative Nellies in this chat this evening, because it is raining positivity in here tonight. People are in shame. There are people and content creators in shame this evening based upon that performance that tells you everything that you have been asking questions to, that we've been asking questions to. Is this club dead? No, it is not. This club is so far from dead that we just needed something to change. We've needed changes in the 11. We needed changes in the lineup, and we got that. Some of them were forced. You may turn around and say, oh, he's had to make changes because some people got too little close to people with COVID. Well, he made the changes. He could have put Pepe into start. He could have put someone else into start. But who did he put into start? He put Emile Smith-Rowe into start, who had an absolutely blinding performance this evening. Absolutely buzzing with that selection, and it's been coming for so long. We've wanted it, so much so that I stopped even predicting it or wanting it, because it just seemed like it was never going to happen. But it did happen, and we won the game. So thank you ever so much. And you have to say that Martinelli is everything about this team that we've needed. He was the fight, the determination, the guile, the guy on the pitch that fought for every single ball, every single chance, and every single minute was fought for by that man, and he deserves to be in the lineup every single week. Thank God he was brought off to save him. And you have to say that, yeah, we conceded at the end. We made quite a few changes, bringing on players that, you know, ultimately I'm not too keen on right now, with Pepe and Willock and that. And things changed, and we'll come on to that and we'll talk about that. But it's time to celebrate this evening. Other beers are available. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. JW says, Tom, you know you and Hugh have to do every watch-along now, right? Good luck. Omen, no pressure. If you did tune in for the watch-along, I've never done a watch-along before. I haven't done one on this channel. I probably won't do one on this channel ever. But it was genuinely fun. It was really fun. Obviously, the fact that we won was massively appreciated by the team. Appreciate taking the time out of their lives to win a game of football while I'm doing my first watch along on Hugh Izzy's channel. So if you want to check that out, please make sure you do. But magic. William Bell, let's get through your comments. This is what we do in this channel. We make sure that we go through as many of your comments and react to them as feasibly possible. I have been talking for a significant amount of time, so my voice may be a little fuzzy, but let's try and get through this as best we can, guys. William Bell says, just utter magic. I had to wipe my eyes because I could have sworn I wasn't watching Arsenal play. Garreld says, where are all the Arteta out fanboys? A little bit quiet this evening. All I can hear is crickets. I'm loving your confidence, Garreld. Loving that, mate. Calvin Cloette says, yes, that's an important 3 points, but what this result does for squad mentality is invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. T.I. Pest says, William, welcome to the Europa League side. Welcome. I will roll out the carpet for you, son. You're going nowhere near my Premier League first team again. See you later, son. Have a good one. Bye-bye. David Keefe says, Martinelli is so infectious. The skill and the determination rubbed off on so many of the team from this kid. Surely a future captain of us. Victor, for goodness. None of that, Victor. None of that. Watch us loose. The fact that you spelled lose wrong, I think, is an omen to say that isn't going to happen, Victor. It's not going to happen. Asmit says, Tom, we won. A miracle. We did. And Asmit, you're going to owe me a tenner come January. It's going to be great. Joe says, one good game doesn't mean Arteta should stay. Go away, Joe. We don't like you. We don't want you in here. See you later, son. Bye-bye. None of your negativity. See you later. Where's Yannick Mack? Where's Yannick gone? Come on, Yannick. Where's Yannick Mack and Beast Titan? Where are my negative Nellies in the chat? Come on. Every single time a loss has happened, I've held my hands up and said, look, this guy is worthy of criticism. He's made mistakes. Things have happened that have had to happen. If you cannot sit and watch this performance and say with any sort of positivity and hold your hands up and say, you know what? Fair play to that guy. Yannick Mack, my boy, in the chat is a convert. Absolute convert. Loving it, Yannick. Pleased to have you in there. And fair play to you for not being a Joseph Maseko. There's a lesson to you all. Don't be a Joseph Maseko. Don't want that. Toby says, Tom, can we go on a run now? If we lose against Brighton, this game means nothing. I don't think it means nothing. We struggle at Brighton. We know we struggle at Brighton. This game is huge. This game is massive. The game against Brighton is in a couple of days' time. We haven't got much time to respond, and it was a huge, huge effort from the players. If we draw against Brighton after this performance, I am willing to go, you know what? There was so much effort put in today, so much tenacity in this win that we desperately needed, that I will not be surprised to see a slightly less intense performance in just a couple of days' time against Brighton. But I want to see a good performance still. I want to see these young guys rewarded with what a performance from some of these guys. Sean says, wow, what performance. ESR and Gabriel coming in. Saka is the GOAT, says Saeed. Arsenal Granny says, think about it. We won big without Aubameyang in the team. Joe says, Tom, you didn't read my comment giving Arteta credit. I'm sorry, Joe, if you did. I'm getting carried away. You can't blame me. You can't blame me. Sam Tressida says, where the Emi Martinez fans at this evening? Oh, but Leno with the save. We really needed it. When we really needed Bernd Leno, he stepped up. He stepped up and he got us that. Oh, everything that could have gone right for so many of us that have been painfully sticking by and doing what's needed to be done. Oh, just unbelievable scenes. William says, Xhaka, man of the match by a mile. What a performance. Arsenal's media team had Xhaka Boom saved in the draft for a couple of years. Members, you know what to do with the old emojis. Get that Xhaka. That's why I've got Xhaka Boom as an emoji. Get those into the chat box, members, straight away. Fill that chat box with Xhaka Booms. We do not want to see anything else other than Xhaka Booms in the chat box this evening. Absolute legends, every single one of you. If you would like to join the TGT gang and get access to our Discord server and join in with the crew and get onto shows and get exclusive content, then you need to make sure you join up as a member. Click that join button in the description. Come and join the group. Come and join the chat. It's a fantastic group of guys. They're absolute legends, and they're now filling the chat with the Xhaka Booms. So absolute legends this evening. Absolutely fantastic. Luke, he says, wow, something to cheer about as an Arsenal fan in 2020. Late Christmas miracle. Make Aubameyang earn his spot back. If Aubameyang starts against Brighton, all of this good work has gone for nothing. He should be nothing but a sub at this stage. He has done nothing this season bar Fulham to show me that he should be in this team, and he should be benched at the moment. Fair play. David Keefe says, Tom, I didn't see that performance from Xhaka. Was that his twin brother? I would have loved it if Martinelli scored from his overhead kick. It would have been mad, mate. It would have been absolutely mad, David. Sam says Xhaka just apologised in the right way. If he apologised behind the scenes, that's clearly why he's played. That's the difference between him and Guendouzi. I don't want to see any people turning around and slagging Xhaka off. If he's in the team, it's because he apologised, whereas Guendouzi didn't. He's come on and put on a performance like that, and you've got to say, fair play that man. I don't want to talk about his future. I want to focus on the here and now and appreciate the performance that we just saw. Iron Cub says, Tom, be careful not to say this is the happiest you've been all week and the missus might be watching. This is the second best highlight of the week. Second best highlight. Engagement was better. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans, but it was. I can't. Thank you, Iron Cub, for pointing that out. Says, I should get engaged every week. That's clearly what I've got to do. The missus is going to have to prepare because I'm going to be proposing every single day before Arsenal play. Because if clearly that's what needs to happen for us to win, that's what is going to happen. Christopher Fung says Tom's proposal has changed Arsenal's fortunes. Oh, dearie me. Timo Pest says Saka said he meant it. Yes, he did. He clearly did mean it. Oh, what a goal. Clearly did not mean that at all. Oh, come on, Saka. Come on, Saka. Oh, cheers. 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 Other beers are available, by the way. Absolutely, unbelievably fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm not reading that comment, Asmit. You don't need to be. Michael says, huge W. This can be the turning point for our season. A says, still need a DM. JD says, people keep forgetting that these players can't perform consistently. Stop hyping up Xhaka like he's Vieira. Next week you'll be saying he's out. JD, I see your negativity, mate. I see it. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone away. Ben Fawcett says Bellerin was immense. C Forever says, and United drew. Great evening. Yeah, I'll let you into secret. I actually maybe bet someone a £10 that that's not a lot, but I may have bet someone a tenner that Arsenal finish higher than Man United this season. So that's 2 points. 2 points gained. Love that. Fantastic. Said Tom. Says Tom, sure, I'm sure your lady said yes to your proposal, but as she saved the penalty, Leno or the missus? Oh, it's a tough choice. Yeah, sorry, Chris. I know that you're a stickler for your beers. Beer's beer. At the end, beer is beer. Kian said, Tom, I told you about Bellerin. Trust him. He was great today. He was great. In offensive sense, there is stuff that I would still criticise about some performances, but we're not going to talk about that. We'll save that for the podcast. We'll save that for tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Giandre says, you're 14. No, I'm not. 14. Look at me. I'm a fat Emerick Laporte. And apparently I'm 14. That's the stage that we're at now. Sanyik says, the main question is how to get rid of Willian. We'll talk about that at a later date. Tom, Leno is a keeper. Yes, he is. He's an absolute legend is what he is. He's an absolute legend. Toby says, Tom, what were your thoughts on Pablo Mari? What are my thoughts on that, man? I mean, I have said time and time again on the channel that you just need to wait. You just need to be patient. Do not sleep on Pablo Mari. He came in with a good reputation at Flamengo. He didn't put a foot wrong for Arsenal since being here. And he has... I've seen these people spouting this stuff about him in the under-23s. Oh, he's not looking too good. Oh, he's not... Actually, Pablo Mari had a fantastic display today, and there's a thing about playing in the under-23s, and I know that's contradictory to what I've said about Saliba. I don't care. Pablo Mari is a senior player playing in the under-23s, and fair play. Fair play to that man for coming out today, putting a performance. Gabriel out for the next 3 games. Am I worried about Gabriel being out for the next 3 games? If Mari plays like he did, yes, he gave away a penalty. Yes, he did, but at the end of the game, the context of that is so far out. The panic is there. The emotions are there. He had a great display. A couple of great last-ditch tackles as well that saved us from conceding earlier on in the game. Thomas Lear says, Tom, who was your man of the match performance? Saka was brilliant. Martinelli was brilliant. Emile Smith-Rowe was brilliant. For me, Martinelli is the difference at the moment. His energy, his guile, his fervour, he deals with the rigours of the game so well. I can't look too much past him. And I know he wasn't on the pitch for the whole game, but when he was on the pitch, we were unreal. And I'm glad he was taken off the pitch and rested ahead of the Brighton match. What an absolute legend. I really kind of want to give it to Emile Smith-Rowe. I thought he was a difference maker as well, as much as Martinelli was. Amazing. We've got 19-year-old Gabriel Martinelli, 19-year-old Bukayo Saka, I think 20-year-old maybe 19, 20-year-old Emile Smith-Rowe, all playing behind Lacazette. How good was Lacazette today? How good was Lacazette fighting for every single ball? The confidence of scoring that penalty is just so key to what Arsenal need. Confidence has been the difference with this team. Confidence around the fan base, confidence amongst the team, and this win will do so much good. So much good to this side. The performance was there. Absolutely banging. Dario G says, Laka Xhaka Zaka. Boom! Loving that. If you tuned in for Hughes Watch Along, you may have seen a little rhyme. I can't spit bars, but I can come up with a couple of rhymes. Juan Felipe Palacio Rivera says, what those 3 kids made from the team was awesome. Tierney, we love you, says C Forever. Farabee says, Tom, do you think Lamps bottled it or Arteta tactically outclassed him? I don't look at this game as a tactical masterclass. I don't analyse this game as a tactical masterclass at all. I look at it as a game where Arteta was brave. He picked the youngsters. He picked the kids that deserved to be picked, and ultimately they gave him everything they could have done, and they paid him back for that faith. And fair play to Arteta for picking those kids. Absolutely fantastic from the boy. Absolutely fantastic. Jandra says, have you won the Champions League? Oh, are you upset that Arsenal won? Are you upset? Oh, I'm so sorry. Chris MB says, Martinelli and Smith-Rowe gave us different dimension. Victor Edwards says, mathematically, we can still win the league. We are going to do it. Rydog says, the one-touch transitions really helped in the second half. Laka was really good when Xhaka and Elneny move it accurately first time. It led to breaks. And I brought this up on Hugh's show. The difference with Emile Smith-Rowe being in there was the quick take the ball, touch the ball, pass the ball, take the ball, turn the ball, pass the ball. None of this take the ball from Danny Ceballos and run 30 yards and running to an opposition. Take the ball, pass the ball. Pep Guardiola in 4 words. 6 words. Take the ball, pass the ball. I can't count. I'm on cloud 9 at this stage. I'm on cloud 9. Absolute legends. Beher Kamuzi says, brilliant game. Well done, Arteta. Saeed says, can't wait for Partey to... Imagine Partey. Imagine Partey in this team. Imagine him in this team right now. Absolutely fantastic. Alex says, got to give Xhaka credit where it's due. Besides one clumsy foul, which was right at the start of the game, he was focused. His passing was superb, defended professionally and scored a fantastic goal. Mr. Joker says, if we can get 100 likes, we get a Christmas Cheerio. So if you want to see a Christmas Cheerio in the chat at the end of the show, make sure you drop a like on the video. Karthik says, yes, Tom, loving that. Kitchener says, the concern here is Arteta was forced into this. Oh, please. Please don't give me that BS. He was not forced into this lineup at all. He could have picked other players. He had Pepe on the bench. He had Willock on the bench. He could have picked other players. He didn't. He didn't pick other players. He picked Smith-Rowe when he didn't need to. He picked Martinelli despite him having an injury issue in midweek. There is nothing you can say to say he was forced into this lineup. No credit at all going your way for that, Kitchener. It's a load of rubbish, what you've just said there. JW says, I'm going to see how the next 5 games go before I get too excited, but that doesn't take away from how elated I feel after watching that. And if you want to be measured about this performance, fair play to you. If you want to say, you know what, it's one game, we've lost a horrific amount, and we've only picked up 1 win from our last 10 before this, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to turn around to me and say he was forced into some of the decisions today, then frankly, you can do one. I'm not interested. Not interested at all. Kian says, Tom, for me, Pepe needs to be sold. He came off for Martinelli and didn't run and didn't work at the end of the game. Get him out now. I don't know about that, mate. I don't know if we're going to go down the old selling route right now. Hamad says, thoughts about Granit Xhaka? Oh, wait, no. No, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this in the chat. If you want to disagree with Kitchener, like I have done, fair enough. But I don't want to see you abusing Kitchener in the chat. I don't want to see any of that. This place is a safe space for you to put your opinions across. If you disagree with Kitchener, like I have, fair play, call him out. That's all you like. But if you start insulting him, you'll be gone from the chat. Don't want any of that. I want positivity in here tonight. Fair play to you. I've gone teacher voice. Teacher voice on you guys. Emmanuel says, Lampard must leave Chelsea. Is not a good coach. Take your boys and leave. David Blashik says, I'm pronouncing that right, mate. Looking forward to Brighton now, 100%. Sanchester, Tommy, the man of the match. It's a toss-up for me between the young kids. I mean, Saka, Martinelli, and Smith Rowe were absolutely fantastic. Yannick Max says, I'm going to try and be positive. Give him... No. You tried, Yannick, and I appreciate that. You tried. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. Arsenal Granny says, the players you saw today are behind Arteta. And this is what I've said with the title of today's video. Lost the dressing room, please. This guy, how can you lose the dressing room and see a performance like that? You just don't. You just do not see anything regarding a bad performance. You just don't. Like, you can't say that he's lost the dressing room and then the guys go out there and put 110% effort in and really want to turn this around. What you do notice, in fact, is you actually see some players that are not in the lineup, like Willian, like David Luiz, like Aubameyang, that aren't in there, like Pepe, that have not been putting, for me, 110% in each and every single week. And we have got players that are desperate to try and get their place and earn their place. And look what happens. Look what happens. I tell you what, there are going to be clubs queuing up for Martinelli. Clubs queuing up for this guy. He is going to be getting bids left, right and centre from massive clubs. I'm scared for his future. I don't see him as an Arsenal player forever because I swear, I'm so sure that he is going to be a massive, massive, massive club in the future because he's an unreal talent. I hope we keep him as long as we possibly can do. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to keep this guy. Absolutely. Hamad says, no abuse here, bro. Sorry if you understood me wrong. Just wanted to tell you what you thought about Grant. No, Hamad, you didn't insult. No abuse, mate. Absolutely no abuse from you. Don't worry about that, fella. No worries at all, son. Iron Cub says, Tom, you haven't given enough credit to Holding. Oh! Iron Cub, you should have tuned in for Hugh Wizzy's watch-along because that is all I was talking about. That was all I was talking about. His one-on-ones today were on point. His one-on-ones were brilliant. One-on-ones? That's where I work. One-on-ones were fantastic. Oh, man, I'll tell you, my back is killing me. Been sitting up all afternoon doing the pods. I'm going to try, to be a little bit more relaxed. Hold on. Let me bring this down. Oh, not too far. Oh, that's so much better. Loving that. Kitchener said he played every senior player he had, but okay. My fault might be... did he play every senior he had? Let's look at the bench. Let me just grab my phone and let me read you through the senior players that he didn't play in today's game. He didn't choose to go with Danny Ceballos when he could have done. He didn't choose to go with Mustafi. Instead, he picked Pablo Mari. He didn't choose Aubameyang up front. He didn't choose either of those. He went through his front three of Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, Lacazette and Martinelli. And he didn't go with Pepe, even though he could have done. He didn't go with Nketiah, even though he could have done. Kitchener, I appreciate your opinion, but you improved wrong in this state. Rydog says, Holding, when he realises he can't pass and just clears the ball and block shots, is the best Holding. When he does what Holding does best, I'm fine with that. When Holding tries to pass out from the back, you're never going to get the best Holding. But we got the best Holding today because that's what he did. He headed the ball away. He was good. He was solid. He was composed when he was actually out of possession and had to deal with the one-on-ones. Absolutely brilliant. Nico F says, Marie's distribution was huge tonight. This guy is going to be keeping Gabriel out of the lineup at this stage if he carries on with this. Absolutely brilliant. Dado says, Martinelli should never be benched again on that left-hand side. If Aubameyang wants to play there, he will have to play down the middle. Ian R says, watch along with Hugh every time now, Tom. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. C Forever says, the British Cannavaro. The Intellectual Investor says, a lot of confidence after this win. We can turn our form around. Toby says, now, would you keep Alba on the bench? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Nathan says, Martinelli was an absolute godsend. Great word. We need to build the team around him in the future. By the way, long time no see, bro. Good to have you back in the chat, Nathan. Absolute legend. Ajit says, question, Tom Laka has been better in the last two games. Should he start against Brighton? If he's fit enough, if they deem him fit enough, because he's played two now, then maybe. Yeah, but he started against Man City. He started against Chelsea. Is he fit enough to play these three games in quick succession? Maybe, maybe not. He put a lot of effort in today. If he is benched, you have to imagine that Aubameyang would come in, but is he going to give you the same amount that Lacazette did today? I'm just not sure. Alex says, when you're a team near the bottom, nothing goes your way. All it takes is one positive result to change that. Everything went our way today. Thibaut Pesk says, Holding and Bellerin just like playing against Chelsea. They almost always perform against that lot. Absolutely unreal. Reginald says, Tom, what was the formation? It was 4-2-3-1. Today, it was really interesting. I really thought we were going to go over back three. I thought it was going to be Tierney playing as left centre-back with Murray in the middle and with Holding on that right, but it wasn't. El Neni and Xhaka are at the base, Emile Smith-Rowe playing 10. And he was really up and close to Lacazette for a lot of the game. And it's just great. Lacazette with a number 10. It works. It works. Oh, we're done. Let's get another one. We've won a game. Mittal says, with us going so low in the table, one thing is clear to see. Everyone, players and staff, is together, bringing our club up the table. Absolutely spot on, mate. Fantastic. 6 days to go until we see Isco at the carpet, says Yannick. I'll tell you what, January takes on a whole different thing now. I mean, if Emile Smith-Rowe can continue this level of form, then you have to think Arsenal certainly need to upgrade. Like, we need to bring in a really good, sick, creative player for sure. That is not in doubt whatsoever. But we may need to look at January and go, priorities have to be getting players out, have to be getting as many of these guys out as feasibly possible. Mr. DDRK says, positive vibes only. Brilliant performance. Much love to you all. Feels great to win again, and that too against a top 6 opposition. Arteta has a decent record against top 6 sides. I mean, he has this season. You look at the wins that we've got, the very few that we do have. He's got a win away at Manchester United. He's got a win at home against Chelsea. Absolutely fantastic. Colin says, I hope that this isn't a Man U moment. I want to feel this way more often. What I would say is what's different about this in the Man United game is the performance. I understand that in the game against Man United it was great. We had Partey. Oh, God, these beers. Not good. Not good. Don't drink. These, obviously, that performance against Manchester United was very different. Because in that game, it could have easily been a draw. Arsenal deserved to win this game and comfortably deserved to win this game. Was it perfect? No. We obviously conceded. We conceded right at the end when it was a bit of panic stations. We'd made quite a few substitutes. I wasn't surprised that we conceded. I was kind of expecting that. But I'm just so pleased that the performance was what was really key today. The performance is what we were after. The performance is what we have desperately needed for so long at the club. Iwolo says, hey bro, nice to see you again. Good to have in the chat, mate. Absolute pleasure. Happy New Year in advance. We got our gift from Arsenal today. Can we play Chelsea every single week? See Forever says, we looked young, energetic and happy to be out there. Rydog says, selling Pepe at a massive loss would be foolish. Iron Cub says, Tom, look at Saka's tweet. Starboy, let's have a look at Saka's tweet. Come on. Where's Bukayo Saka's tweet? Let's have a look. Let's share the screen so you guys can see it as well. Chrome tag. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Saw him off his line. What an absolute legend. Oh, my days. Oh, what an absolute legend. We're dropping that a like and a retweet. Oh, what an absolute genius. You know what is great about that is that we're seeing these Arsenal kids come in and just perform. We desperately need our youngsters, the guys that care, the guys that know, that want to win these games. Oh, it's just so good. To just win a game. Let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment to chill. Let's take a moment to calm. Let's take a moment to just appreciate winning for a second. Just a minute. Oh, it feels good. It feels so good. So good to win. It's just so good. Yeah. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Vegan Utopia. Greetings, Tom. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Absolute pleasure to have in the chat whenever you tune in. Says, big fan of your show. I love how objective you are and I like you. Thanks, mate. I'm also a believer in Arteta. Great win today. I can't wait to see Balogun lead the line. Hope he signs to Ting. Yes, 100%. I mean, if Balogun signs, great. I personally Don't see it happening. That's just my view, but we're not going to linger on any negativity today. JD, speaking of negativity, always a constant. JD's up in our chat. He's like a Yannick Mack wannabe at this stage. Our board needs to be sacked immediately, especially Edu, or who'll sign someone like Edu or Cedric from the one his agent friends Jan. Then we'd be left with even more deadwood. Come on, man. JD, focus yourself. I want you to put your hands on your head, son. I want you to think about Arsenal just won a game. I need to be positive. I need to think forwards. That's what we need from Arsenal. Thinking positively. Getting behind the team and appreciating it. Bob Bab says, let's take a moment to appreciate omelettes. I'm not a bad fan. I can make a meat omelette. My Instagram's full. Absolutely full of food. Don't joke, Gunners for life. Yannick Max says, we're talking about the magic 40 points. What a year it has been. You just wait, Yannick. You just wait. You wait to see what's in store, son. Don't clip that. Gary says, 4-2-3-1, so much more balanced. Honestly think Aubameyang will thrive with movement and direct passing in the system. I'm kind of feeling that Lacazette may not start against Brighton just because he's played so many games and Aubameyang might come in up front, but he's got to put the work in. He's got to put the work in that Lacazette put in today, otherwise it's just not going to work. Ia says, I'm going to call you Amin because I'm really sorry. Tell me how to pronounce your first name phonetically and I'll happily do it. Tom, we won and I'm happy, but we still not good. This win shouldn't blind us. And we need to invest in at least 3 players. Investment, I get it, but we need to focus on getting players out. Need to focus on getting players out first. That is the priority before getting any players in. Memory Man says, you've gone mad. Of course I've gone mad. We've won a game. We've won a game, mate. Have I gone weird? Has my connection gone weird? Lag. Am I lagging? I hope I'm not lagging. Let me know if I'm lagging. Connection's going crazy. Sebastian says, amazing result today. Let's all back Arteta and this awesome bunch of youngsters, class of 2020. JD says, I'm positive, but this club has let me down so many times before. Then enjoy the good moments, JD. I get that you're let down. I understand that. I get that there's negativity. I understand your frustrations. I understand your mentality. I get it. I'm not criticising you for having the thinking way that you do. All I'm saying is that when we do win, put that aside for 1 second and just appreciate the situation that we have. We're not in a great place. We've been losing week after week after week, and we've just beaten Chelsea at home comfortably after a fantastic performance in which Arteta picked some really fantastic decisions and ultimately come out the other side with a great performance. So I get your frustrations, I get your reservations, I understand the situation that you feel that you're in, JD. But just take a moment, appreciate the positive situation that we've just witnessed. It's Amin. That's fine. I'm calling you Amin, mate. I'm calling you Amin. That's what it's going to be. Ben says, do you think this will embarrass some of our older players? I hope it does. I hope they feel embarrassed. I hope some of them are really worried about their futures at this club. I genuinely do. I hope they are worried. I hope they are worried. Abiram says, Tom, I'm afraid Arteta was forced into dropping Willian and that he'll be back in place. He had Pepe on the bench, mate. He had Pepe on the bench. You can't say he was forced. He could have picked Pepe if Willian was not fit. So I don't buy it. Pepe did not start against Man City. He came off the bench. He could have started today. He didn't. He picked the players he picked because he thought they were best for the job. Give him the credit he deserved and stop whacking out these excuses to bring your negativity to the chat. I'm not having it whatsoever. Yannick says, would be a bit boring if everyone in here was positive, though, wouldn't it? I know that, Yannick, and I think you know above all people that I've accepted the negativity in here, and I appreciate the other side of things, and I appreciate the other argument as long as it's done in a level-headed way. But when we have the good times, let's appreciate the good times. Toby says, Tom, in our podcast the other night, I said there will be goals. You did, mate. You were spot on. Fair play to you. Sam Trez, what a day to smash that like button. Smash that like button harder than Martinelli smashed that over a... Well, actually, I kind of wish he'd hit it a bit harder than he did, but is what it is. We can watch Match of the Day for the first time. That's going to be an absolute pleasure. Teng Wang says, I feel the older players had to step up or do better today because they know they'd be put to shame by their energetic performances. They have to step up. They have to step up. I thought some of the younger players kind of set the example for some of our guys today. Absolutely fantastic. I know you're responding to Sam, but I'm picking you up on it, Yannick. I know you are. Calvin Cloet says, what a surprise. We scored 3 goals without Willian in the team. I hope Arteta notices. Willian was ill apparently, hoping he stays ill for a long... Oh, don't wish illness on people. What you should be hoping is that you hope he's not picked. Let's not be a little bit too far dark. Come on. You can wait. You can want the board sacked and be proud of the win because you're one doesn't mean you're not the other. No, but what I'm saying is, Joe, is that it's the messages you put into the chat, mate. It's where your mindset's at. What's your first message? It's one of negativity. That's what I'm saying. Matthew de Souza says, when is Partey back and can you get engaged every week? I can't, I'm afraid. And you're going to have to wait a couple of years before the marriage comes. So, no, I can't do that. I mean, I could pretend to, if that helps. I also was on Hugh Wizzy's watch-along. Maybe that was the omen. Maybe that's what it was. But no, absolutely fantastic. And just, absolutely buzzing. Oh, your feed is popping off this evening. Who's dropping the vids into your feed? Let's have a look. If you don't know what your feed is, go onto the App Store if you're in the UK and type in your feed. URFEED. We're seeing the your feed popping off for Arsenal. Going to be getting on there and making a couple of videos this evening. So make sure you've downloaded, if you're in the UK and Ireland, I believe now, the Your Feed app. URFEED. Download that app. And I don't get paid for it. It's just I do the app. I work there, so check it out. Glenn, as does Kian, Andretti, and Cass. So check those guys out. Glenn Cook says, absolutely love Tierney comments post-match. Future captain for sure. Abdul Rahman says, imagine a front 4 of Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, and Balogun. Wow, imagine that. Balogun in the front 4. Daniel Noiret says, Tom, what do you think the mood of the dressing room was like without Louise and William? I bet it was great, mate. I bet it was great. I bet it was absolutely fantastic. Jack Poulton says, buzzing, Tom. You've had a cracking Christmas onwards and upwards for 2021. Be better for everyone. Smash that like button, Jack. Appreciate your support, son. Colin Seymour says, let's enjoy the moment. Let's hope for many, many more. Rydog says, first goal was so crucial to Arteta's system. The forward press works so much better when protected with a lead. Abiram says, Tom, it's not negative to not be sold on Arteta based on one result. Yes, it's a great result, but let's not go overboard. We didn't go ultra negative after one result. But what I would say is that we've kept the negativity after a positive result. Positive closing statement, Tom. We will get there, mate. We will get there to that closing statement. David Keefe says, Tom, let's realise that Arteta was positive in his team selection. Exactly. Spot on, mate. Ben Fawcett says, do you think Martinelli's work rate is sustainable? I've never seen a player like it 100% all the time. I have seen other players like it. I think there are players. I think actually N'Golo Kante was kind of one of those players that was 100% at the time. Full throttle, full time. Great saying, but that's certainly what he is. Is it maintainable? I think it's maintainable. I think it's maintainable if, and only if, we rotate correctly and we get him kind of like rotated in the right way. It's just, it's just about how you manage it. We are going to wrap things up there. Not only because Hilmi said, but we are going to wrap things up there because I know you've got a lot more content to watch this evening. I don't want to take up all of your time. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 8:30 for a podcast. So make sure that you tune in for that. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you after a win. It's been an amazing evening. It's been an amazing few days for myself and for the podcast and for you guys, I'm too sure. So if you could drop a like on the video. I mean, I need to check. Did we get over 100 likes on the video? Because if we did, then I've got to sign off in the way that we always sign off if we get over 100 likes with a good old British, yes, we did. I'm going to have to start upping these. I think I'm going to start up because 100 likes is too easy now. It's too easy, Dan. Dan Robert, who always sets you guys the challenge along with Christopher Fung. I'm sorry, but I think we're going to have to up the likes to 200 in the future shows. But you got it today. Let's keep it positive. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for those that didn't abuse anyone. Thank you, everyone, that even though if you were negative, that you've stayed around, you've stuck around, you've listened to the rest of the show. And I appreciate that a lot of people are really struggling with the situation. But today is a great, great game, a great performance, a great result. Enjoy it, bask in it, have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy the evening. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new in here. Go check out Hugh Wizzy's video that we did earlier. I was on with him throughout the game. You can see my live reactions of the goals as well as Hugh's too. You're all legends. Join up as a member if you'd like to support the channel. My voice is so going. It's so going. We'll be back again tomorrow with a podcast. We're back again very soon with a preview for the Brighton game as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, as it always is. And as always, up the Arsenal. Cheerio. Have a good one. Much love.